The world generates 350 million tons of plastic waste each year. When we talk about India specifically, a report by Marico Innovation Foundation suggests that the nation produces 26,000 tons of plastic waste on a daily basis. Now, this places India right below US and European Unions in terms of plastic waste generation. A report by UNESCO suggests that plastic waste comprises 80% of marine pollution. This growing crisis of plastic waste management calls for an immediate action, and there is one company which is on a mission to stop plastic pollution on the land before it enters into the ocean. Polymateria, a UK-based scale-up, has brought its biotransformation technology to India in a bid to prove that plastic can exist in harmony with nature. How? Let's find out. Incubated at London's Imperial College in 2015, Polymateria conducted over 300 scientific experiments to build a technology that transforms plastic into a bioavailable wax and returns it back to nature without leaving microplastics and toxins behind. The scale-up has also set up world's first living lab at Tox India in Pune.
Problem with plastic in the natural environment is it's incredibly persistent. So we've come up with a way to make it perishable, but we have time controlled it so that we can set that fuse anywhere from 6 months to as long as 3 years. So what that does is it allows you to, as a consumer, use the material, ideally reuse it, and maybe even recycle it. But then if it winds up in nature, once the time is up, it will return as quickly as 1 year. But in the Indian context with the Living Lab, we've done it as quickly as 2 years. We have solutions for everything from bread packaging through to some of those non-woven materials.
Apart from India, Polymateria has launched the technology with partners across the globe, including Extreme E-Racing Series, Twickenham Stadium in the UK, and fashion brands in Southeast Asia. In March 2023, Polymateria and sustainable chemical company Indorama Ventures agreed on a 10-year partnership for non-woven products like wipes and nappies.
These materials from the PPE masks that we all had to wear through COVID, that's all plastic. But also everyday materials like wipes and diapers. There's 8 million tons of non-woven material in the world. It's all plastic. And Indorama are 14% of the global markets. We launched the technology at COP26 with King Charles. And then since then, we've seen huge growth in demand for those cups. So those cups are now being used at sports events, concerts, venues, and by brands all around the world, as notable as Formula One.
The company recently raised £20 million in Series B funding round led by Temasek-backed impact private equity fund ABC Impact and Indorama Ventures. Polymateria is diversifying the technology out of food packaging and into agricultural applications and aims to expand into new markets where fugitive plastic pollution is most acute, especially across Asia.
We're seeing double-digit growth, and that's across all of our key markets globally. So India is obviously one of the most important, but also the likes of Malaysia, where we've announced a partnership in just May last year with Lotte Titan, who are one of the big resin manufacturers in that part of the world.
In the next 10 years, the company aims to be the Tesla of plastic and emerge as a clean tech unicorn.
One of the things that Tesla has really done is create a ripple effect around electric vehicles. And I think if we can do the same around plastic, where we will start to rethink not just how we're using everyday materials like plastics, but also things like inks and adhesives.
According to Polymateria, plastic production is expected to increase by 40% in the next 10 years, with nearly 29 million tons going into the ocean each year. India has taken effective measures towards plastic waste management, including ban on single-use plastic and imposing extended producer responsibility on packaging items. Now, in addition to the effort made by Polymateria, we've also seen a rise of several Indian startups who are working towards alternative solutions like biodegradable plastics, plant-based plastics, recyclable plastics, in a bid to ensure that India paves the way towards a plastic-free planet for the generations to come. In New Delhi, Aishwarya Anand for CNBC TV18.